questions. All right, everybody.
Hello.
Got to look at the camera.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. We are here live on our YouTube channel, and we're just going to give people a minute to jump on, hop on, and let us know if we're here. Someone just disliked this. Wow, that's really cool. Never got a dislike before. Feel sad? No. If you are on here live, oh, they just changed it. If you're on here live, leave us a comment so we can see. Make sure that you can hear us okay. Everything looks good. The quality is coming through. Let us know if you get in the comment section below. And if you have any questions for us regarding the topic, let us know. Just ask that question, drop it in the comment section, and we'll get to it toward the end of the video. I actually can't tell if people are on or not, but anyway.
We're going to figure this out.
You can't be doing that during the video, okay? Yeah, so we'll give people a minute to hop on. How was your guys' day?
Good.
Good?
What did you do today, Parker?
Good. Oh, yeah. So, I went to the skate park.
Wow, with what?
My new scooter.
Okay,
My awesome
look at
new
this.
scooter.
Look at the camera, not the screen.
My awesome new
Yeah, you got a new scooter for your birthday, which is tomorrow. Parker's turning 6 tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm turning 6 tomorrow.
That's right. It's awesome.
And you went to the skate park.
Yep.
We went to the skate park for the first time. He rocked it, apparently. I wasn't there, but it seemed awesome.
We'll post some stuff.
Yep. Oh. Oh.
Okay. All right, well, let's get started on this video. We are going to talk today about why we are choosing to live full-time in an Airstream. If you haven't been following us, we started renovating a 1987 Airstream Excella, and we are about 3 months in. You know, we've only put probably 2 to 3 weeks of actual working on it, into it, and we've got it all stripped down to the shell and the frame, and now we got to start repairs and cleaning it up and putting it all back together. But it's been a couple weeks since we've actually been able to do any work on it, because we're at that point where now we just need to start buying things and ordering and kind of waiting for stuff to come in, which we were able to do. I ordered like some paint and some of the outriggers that we needed to do to fix the thing. So we are in the process of going to get started soon, hopefully. It's a bit of a big expense right now. Just a big chunk of money has to go into it, and then we'll be able to put it all back together and get it ready to like start building out the inside. So while we're kind of in this waiting period, we wanted to make a video about why we decided to pursue this lifestyle, if you will, of living full-time in an RV and an Airstream specifically. And I know people have asked us or, you know, have been curious about what we're doing. So yeah, we thought we'd just make a little video about it. So Lacey.
Yes.
Now that I've done all the talking, dun, dun, dun. What is, what's your first reason? Let's go backwards, 3 or however many, I don't know how many you have. How many points do you have? 3? 4? 4, 3, 2, 1, I don't know if they're in any order or not, but what's one reason that you are excited? Because I know this wasn't necessarily your idea. But what's one reason now that you're excited for and that makes you want to kind of do this?
Definitely, I think my most favorite part so far is learning as we declutter, as we get rid of things, and how freeing it feels. How it feels so good to just kind of get rid of things and start learning like you can enjoy the small things and less things and more time together. Through this process, one of the biggest things that I think I've caught on to is just a new lifestyle of like low toxic living and, what is going to be good for our bodies, how our bodies run, and then taking away, needing all the things and all the crap that you don't really need. So it's really opened up this whole other like mindset and avenue that I didn't know that I would enjoy and appreciate. So I'm excited to just, I think, mainly spend that time together. Because it's easy to get caught up.
Totally. Yeah, so one of my big reasons is kind of pretty much similar to that. You know, it's I wanted to travel more. I mean, going back to when I first kind of had this idea, I saw.
These are our sound effects.
Okay.
They're hired right now.
Back when I had the idea, I think it was originally I saw an Instagram account. It was Worksology. Who was doing it, and they were traveling around in an Airstream, and I just thought, wow, that's awesome. Like, I don't think I'd ever really seen anyone do that before or heard of anyone living full time in a RV, or, you know, I knew people traveled around in RVs, but I didn't realize anyone was like living full time traveling around. And I thought, wow, that's a really awesome idea, because one, I love traveling, and, you know, kids, going live with kids. I love traveling and, you know, seeing different places and new places all the time. And so I thought, wow, that'd be a really cool idea. And like, just to bring your home with you, that'd be awesome. You know, and I just, you know, I fell in love with the Airstream because it looks cool. And yeah, and I just, you know, the more I thought about it, and the more when we had talked about it, Emery, can you please be quiet? Okay, because I'm talking. You can't make noises over me. The more I thought about it, you know, I thought it would just be a really cool idea to like take our family, and how cool would that be for like to grow up like that and experience adventures like every day, you know, and especially around the time that we had originally started talking about it, you know, it was kind of just like this 9 to 5 every day, kind of just you get into this routine and you do the same thing every day, you know, and it just kind of wears on you, and then, you know, you lose this awe and wonder for life. You know, that's part of where we get our name, Chasing the Wild Wonder, you know, is we want to like kind of keep that fresh and like keep every day new and exciting, and, you know, just keep that sense of awe and joy that can come, you know, when you're just out there enjoying life and having new experiences.
Does your hand taste good?
Parker is fascinated that when he looks on the screen, if he moves left, it's actually moving right. So Parker, can you give me one thing you're excited about for living in an Airstream as our home?
Okay. Well, so I like the Airstream because I like that we get to travel, explore. So I'm hoping that we get to do that we're gonna get the Airstream done soon, and that we're just gonna go with it, and so we picked it up. So now we're working on it.
Yeah, that's right. That's awesome. Quickly, hello to everyone who has commented. Fred, Vlad, my dad, Steve, Jonathan Lewis. I'm not sure if that's spam or not. It just says good vibes. But yeah, awesome. Good vibes. You guys, if you're watching, let us know if you have any questions. We're going to get to those questions a little bit later in this video, but we're trying to get through these points right now. So Lacey.
Yes.
Next point. Why are we going to go full time? Sell a lot of things that we own right now. We're not going to sell our house because we're just renting, but we're going to, you know, right now we're in an 1,100 square foot apartment, and the Airstream is about 200 square feet. So we're losing about 900 square feet of space. Have you sneeze? Maybe not. Okay. So yeah, what are your thoughts about downsizing?
I'm glad that we have time. I definitely think that it's awesome. It's hard to get rid of things, and I will tell you, as myself, like, you know, we go through these purges every couple weeks in our house. We started it a couple months ago for sure, and we're like, okay, like, what do we need? because it's going to take a while. Like, it's hard to believe that, like, I looked at just my clothes in general. Like, I'm not going to have a quarter of them, you know? So my thoughts just on moving into a smaller space, really, like, being able to talk to other people who have done this, realizing how much you really don't have to live with. And so it's fun. I'm just wrapping my head around it. So I'm glad I have time to be able to, you know, slowly move that way. And each time we take that step of purging stuff, like, it feels amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like, this is our next step that's going to be closer to, you know, living in a space. But should I talk about my tubs that I did? No.
No, we're already sectioning out all our stuff into just small tubs. But, so I mean, one of the big ones for me is to simplify, right? To kind of downsize. And I don't know, like, when we moved into this house, we had so much stuff that I didn't realize that we had. And I was like, where did all this stuff come from? I mean, a lot of it obviously came from her when I married her, because I moved here with only a Jeep Cherokee full of stuff. So, yeah. Good.
That was me.
And then when we had kids, you know, it was like, buy all this stuff, and a lot of it's necessity, but, like, you know, clothes and things like that. But, like, you know, every birthday we get more gifts and toys, and it's like, then you get this collection of toys that you don't even end up playing with. So that's a big thing for me. It's like, you know, one of the things, like, I don't know if you guys follow, like, the minimalist or anything like that, you know, it's the more the stuff you own actually ends up owning you, right? I mean, your life kind of revolves around that stuff. And they talk about, like, you know, if you have a big space, you know, a lot of times you end up buying stuff just to fill that space, you know, and it's not necessarily that you need, you know, a drawer or a cabinet to go there, you know, you don't have anything to put in it, but it's like, oh, there's an empty space, let's put a cabinet there, and then let's fill that cabinet with stuff, you know. And so then it's kind of like this endless vicious cycle of just collecting more and more things. And so we're kind of wanting to be intentional of, you know, only living with enough, like, just everything that we need and nothing more. You know, what do we need to survive? What do we need to, you know, just travel and do the things that we really want to do? You know, have the stuff that brings us joy and, you know, allows us to be who we want to be and not have any extra stuff that kind of just takes up space and, you know, takes up energy to think about or manage. You know, a lot of times, like, in our house, it's just like, where does this even go? Like, how do we doesn't have a home, you know, and it's just kind of like out there floating in space, and then it's like this anxiety of, like, wow, that's awesome. So yeah, so a big one is just downsizing and just, you know, simplifying. So Emery, you wanted to say something. Why? What are you excited about for the Airstream?
Moving in the Airstream.
Moving into the Airstream? You just can't wait?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about it? Like, what are you most excited about?
Sleeping and playing in the Airstream.
Sleeping and playing in the Airstream. You have been very consistent about that.
Yes. Do you have anything else to say?
Going in the Airstream.
And going in the Airstream, that's right.
Yeah.
So hold on, Parker. Mom's gonna do her next point. Okay. So, do you have anything else?
No.
No, nothing else.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. So then I guess I'll say my last point. One of the big things that, you know, has sparked this journey of living less and traveling, and, you know, I said living small, but living more, is really just about experience, you know. And that's kind of a big thing I've been pushing. You know, it's Parker's birthday tomorrow, but it's like, we're not asking people to get him gifts, you know, especially since we're moving into an Airstream, but it's more about experience, right? We want to experience things. We want to experience life. And growing up, you know, I feel like I was around a certain set of people or a certain type of people and a certain set of views on the world. And and as I grew up and I went out and I started traveling more, like those views I realized that, oh, wow, there's more than just my set of views and beliefs, and there's different things going on. And so I want to explore that more, and I want my kids to be able to see that, there's more than just this small little bubble that we live in, and that there's more people out there. And I think that can really grow in us, like compassion and kindness and, generosity, just being able to hear other people's stories or see other stories and other walks of life and other cultures and other, ways of living and viewing the world, and, allow that to kind of just experience that and shape us and, to be better people, to be more loving and kind, and, to have grace for other people, more than just what we experience in our immediate self. So, Parker, you had something to say.
Oh, yeah. Well, so, I'm gonna like traveling because, we get to explore and go more places that we have been, so it's gonna be great.
That is going to be great.
It's gonna be so awesome, huh?
It's going to be so awesome.
No, I want to say something.
Okay,
What
what?
are you gonna say something?
I love moving in the Airstream.
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully
We
you feel
got
that way
people.
once we're in there.
We got people on Instagram that are commenting. Tom,
Hello.
Friendly Camper, Jordan. The Real Action's on YouTube, so you should go over there. But anyway, okay, let's get to. We
Hold
got a
on.
couple questions
I
coming
have
in.
one thing to finish up
Oh.
real quick,
One thing to finish up.
because it does go along with living in such a small community. We don't have a ton of diversity here. So I do think that it would be absolutely incredible to be able to have our kids experience that starting from a young age. And I think that the one thing that I'm actually really excited about is hearing people's stories. And I think that's just, I love hearing people's stories and how they grew up and who they are and what created them to be them. And really, we live in more of a culture here where it's a lot, we all have different backgrounds and, things, but it's all kind of the same. So I think it will be one of what I look forward to the most is just being able to meet people along the way and hear stories and hear their heart and, their life story.
Yeah,
Getting
exactly.
to chase people, the wonder of people and what they're doing with their life. So,
Yep.
And who created them to be them. So, I just
Yeah.
feel like I need to add that. For all you people who
night.
like stories, me too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so now we have a couple questions. Looks like from YouTube. So we'll just answer your questions and let's see. All right, first one is from Steve Howard. That's my dad. He's over in Washington. Thanks for joining us, Dad. Have you started planning where you're going first? We haven't
Most
started.
important question. The only question I get ever. I would love to hear it.
That is the most important question.
Good night, baby.
We haven't started planning anything yet. I have ideas. I think it's mostly going to be dictated by where our family and friends are, because we want to go and visit everybody, sooner rather than later. Just because, there's people we haven't seen in a while, family we haven't seen in a while. And so we'd like to, get that first, just in case. You never know what happens in life. And so we just want to make sure that that is a priority to go see people that we love and know. And so, yeah, we have people in Washington, and we have people in California, we have people in Texas and New Jersey and Minnesota, not Wisconsin. Same thing, basically. People all over the country. So, yeah, that's going to, I don't know, maybe we could make a big circle from Washington all the way back around to Idaho. I don't know. A big thing is going to be work is going to kind of dictate that, if depending on, if I can work remotely, if Lacey mostly works remotely, but, if I can get work in different places or if I have to come back here for work. So that's going to be a big factor determining where we go and when we go.
What do you want to say, P?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
So, we're gonna be going, well, probably one of the first things that we're gonna be going when we move in the Airstream is, Disney World and Disneyland.
I'll never forget that.
That's right. We're going to both.
At the same time.
I would really like it, and I just wanna see places that I never seen before.
Oh, I love that, babe.
That's awesome.
I wanna say something.
What?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We love that,
Awesome.
huh?
Love that. Okay. All right, this isn't a question, but it's a statement. You're getting rid of stuff, so the space will be the same. Yeah, it's kind of true, right? Like if we get rid of everything except for 200 square feet of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see how it goes. I'm not like, I think it's going to be awesome to just, live in a small space and just have, only the bare necessities pretty much. So
We're getting there.
we're getting there. All right, next question from Fred. What would you like to see in the next 5 years? Parker obviously wants to see Disneyland. Yep, Disney World. In the next 5 years, I'd love to see every single national park in the United States in the next 5 years.
Oh yeah.
I haven't thought of this. I haven't thought of it.
You haven't thought? What about off the top of your head? Don't
I mean,
touch
I
that,
definitely
please.
want to see, like, yeah, I would say parks and just, I mean, I've traveled a lot, but not really, like, taking the time to go and see things and go see how different parts of the states are different. And honestly, I just want to meet people.
That's good.
Like, that's my thing. I'm like, I want to meet people, and I want to just go to, like, every small town shop and any local, like, mom and pop shop, that, and, like, farmers. Like, I would love to go to wineries and, farms or whatever, where people, just supporting local things. Like, I think it would be fun to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just live. And like, in regards to that, and also traveling. No, right now. Shh. Regards to that and traveling, like we're not just gonna be like, go. Like I really want to like find a good spot that we really like and just stay there for like a month, or a couple weeks. And really just like, be a part, experience that community and that culture, and like see what, the towns have to offer and what like cool scenic attractions there are to go hiking and, whatever, so it's not going to be like a boom, like marathon around the country, every state, like we really want to just take that time to, again, focusing on that experience. So, okay.
Any plans to travel to Maine?
Next question from Fred. Any plans to travel to Maine? Again, no plans, but yeah, we'll probably travel to every single state at some point. Definitely won't be going to Maine in the winter, but
I
summer.
hear it's beautiful in the summer.
Yeah, in the fall
And I have some
with
friends
those
up there.
beautiful rolling hills of orange leaves. I'm sure it's going to be great. Okay, Emery, you're getting all tangled up in the wire, honey,
Girlfriend.
because you're not staying still here.
Here, you want to sit with mommy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Hold on. Okay. Okay, next question. Jonathan Lewis asks, will you be more boondocking or RV parks? And definitely planning on boondocking. We're going to be building out the Airstream with a whole solar power kit. We're going with a composting setup with our toilet, so we don't have to worry about black tanks and all that. We have a 50-gallon freshwater tank, and then I'm going to, instead of using the black water tank, we're going to expand that into an extra gray water storage. So, you know, we have that extra storage for gray water. But yeah, we plan on boondocking a lot because, one, it's free, and, you know, we stayed at an RV park when I picked up the Airstream on the way back, and it wasn't the best experience. You know, it's tight. I've heard there's good RV parks out there, but they're probably on the more expensive side, and so it's all about just like, where can we go? We'll do a lot of mooch docking, as they call it, which is like camping up in someone's driveway, which is part of, you know, going and seeing friends and family and, you know, people we know. And yeah, it's all about just like, you know, budget and where we want to stay, where we want to be. We do have a 31-foot Airstream, and from what I've researched and stuff, a lot of like the national parks and stuff, they limit their campsites to 30-footers. And so a lot of people with like the bigger trailers, they will, you know, just camp somewhere close by to the national park and then drive in for the day. So yeah, our plan is definitely to do a lot of boondocking, at least 50, 75% of the time.
I also want to do the wine, like, what
Yeah,
is that one thing
there's
called?
a awesome, if you don't know, if you're an RVer and you don't know, there's an awesome thing called Harvest Host.
That's what it is.
And I think you pay like a ridiculously cheap fee of like $60 a year. And there's basically wineries and farms and things like that you know, they join this program, and they provide a spot for you to come and park your RV on the winery, and it, you know, you can go do like wine tasting and probably whatever they have to offer at the, you know, winery or farm or whatever it is. And so that's a really cool thing. It's like, you know, for $60 a month, like, yeah, sign us up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we got more people. Hello, Courtney on Instagram. All right, next question on YouTube. And it looks like the last question.
Oh, that's
from
a fun one.
my dad again. Are you doing the homeschooling together?
If I had a choice,
If by together you mean me and Lacey, yes.
I'll work. Ben can homeschool.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to play that one by ear, because, you know, we both work, we both do our own different things, and so it just depends on like what I have going on. If I have something to do that day, then Lacey's probably gonna be teaching, or if I don't, then I probably will be doing the majority of it. So I'm hoping that, you know, Lacey's business can take off and I don't have to work anymore. That'd be awesome. And I can only do the things that I really love doing.
Yeah, and I love working, so there's that. One thing is we are going to homeschool this next year, even though we're not going to be on the road like we thought we would. But I think it's going to be awesome. Like, there's so many materials out there. It's just about researching what works for your family. From what I'm learning and what I'm hoping is that we get into a really good established routine, like here, where it's not everything's changing at once, and then by the time we're on the road, it's just a little bit of a simpler transition, figuring out that time. And then I would love to hire a teacher to like help us make sure we're staying on track.
Yeah.
That's what I would love.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah, one of the cool things about this lifestyle is, you know, what people call unschooling, world schooling, road schooling, you know, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, we really want this to be a part of schooling. So it's not just sitting down and reading from a book, you know, it's actually going out and getting real world experiences and learning how to do things like survival skills out in the woods, you know, growing our own food. I mean, obviously that's going to be hard traveling around, but we could do little things, or we could go learn from farmers, you know, or different experiences like that, you know. So that's going to allow us to really broaden, you know, what we're able to learn and experience rather than just, you know, read it in a book or get told it in a classroom. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that because I think hands-on is really just the best way to learn.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. We got
Few
two more questions. Oh, wait. One more question.
Nope.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah. The vehicle.
Fred, again, with all the questions. What vehicle are you using to tow the stream? So we are hoping that right now we have our Chevy Suburban, our 2004 Suburban, and a Volvo, a 2000, I don't even know what it is, 4. Volvo that a friend gave us that we're very grateful for. But we're probably, once we do start getting on the road, we're going to sell both of those and buy most likely an F-250, mostly because the Airstream is going to be up around the 9,000, 10,000 pound range, which is well over our Suburban's capability. And, you know, the Suburban already, with it basically empty, was only getting about 8 to 10 miles a gallon. So, yeah, we want to up it to something a lot more powerful that can carry better weight, get a little bit better gas mileage with that. And then, you know, obviously we'll have the truck bed space for our garage, if you want to call it, you know, where we'll keep, like, we'll have a bike rack and we'll have tools, and, you know, we'll probably need, like, a generator, a backup generator for different situations and stuff like that. So, yeah, so that'll be awesome. We'll have, you know, plenty of space for all 4 of us to when we're driving, and so we're pretty excited about that. Yeah. And then Jonathan Lewis had one more comment about Harvest Host. He says, you may want to check out Boondockers Welcome. It's like Harvest Host, but with private land.
Ooh,
so
sounds like
thank you,
awesome.
Jonathan. That's an awesome tip. Appreciate that. And then I'm going to check YouTube to see.
Parker, do you have, like, what do you think about homeschooling?
Comments.
Oh, you want to talk about something else? Okay, what do you want to talk about?
We're only talking about the Airstream, Parker. Okay. What's going on?
What do you want to talk about, babe?
Go ahead and just say it. You don't need to whisper.
Do you want to say anything, babe? How about your cool videos you've been making? Huh? You don't want to talk? You tired? Because we did this during bedtime, pretty much. Emery, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about
You want to do all the things in the Airstream? Yeah.
All right.
All right, Burger, is there
That's
anything
awesome.
else you want to say?
Anything else you want to say about the Airstream? What you're excited about? I think you pretty much covered it all. Yeah? Okay. All right, well, everybody, thank you for...
You want to say something?
Well, Parker, we can't take too long. People are waiting.
What do you want to say, babe?
What's going on? Okay. All right, well, thank you, everyone, for joining. We got another question, but what's the next big thing you need for the camper? The next big thing that we need, we talked about earlier, but we're going to need to basically just lift the shell and do all the repairs to the frame and subfloor and all that stuff. So.
Okay,
Okay,
Parker,
well,
then what do you want to say, honey? You literally have to say it right now because we're getting off.
Okay, say it. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate all the questions and all the excitement. And yeah, we'll be bringing you more videos as soon as we continue our work on the Airstream. So keep an eye out for those. We're really excited to get on the road and then share all our experiences from the road. All right?
Then, Parker, you need to say it right now. Say it.
Parker, you can't do this, bud. We're live right now. Like, everyone's literally watching us right now.
They're waiting for you to talk.
They're waiting for you. So if you're going to say something, you got to say it now. Okay, go.
Go.
Go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay.
It's bedtime.
Now we're done. All right, so
see you guys later.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel and keep an eye out for those videos.